Hello, my dear ones. It's always a joy to welcome you back to Meaningful Living, a space where we inspire one another to live simply, gently, and with love for every new day. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked around your home and felt like it's heavier than it needs to be? Not just the walls or furniture, but memories, things from the past, and all those just-in-case items that quietly take up shelves, drawers, and mental space. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we grow older, our homes often become filled with warmth, but also with weight. Photo albums from every chapter, gifts from grandchildren we can't part with, belongings from another life, still here, but no longer serving us. But here's a beautiful truth. Simplifying doesn't mean letting go of what matters. It means creating a space that supports you right now, one that's peaceful, manageable, and filled only with what brings you joy. In today's video, I'll share 12 thoughtful habits, simple yet powerful, that helped me, and so many others, create a home that feels lighter, calmer, and truly ours again. So, if you're ready to feel more ease, in your space and in your heart, stay with me. And if you haven't yet subscribed to Meaningful Living, please do, so you never miss these warm and gentle conversations made just for you. Shall we begin? Let's take this journey toward a home that feels just right. The 2-minute rule, tiny tasks, big peace. There's a simple habit that completely changed the way I care for my home and how I feel within it. It may sound almost too easy, but its power lies in action. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it right away. Don't add it to your to-do list. Don't set it aside for later. Just do it in the moment. For example, you bring in the mail. Sort it immediately. Junk goes in the recycling. A bill goes straight into your to-pay spot. Notice a plate on a coffee table? One quick trip, and it's back in the kitchen. These are small actions with big impact, because little things love to pile up quietly. And before you know it, your space feels heavier than it should, and so does your mind. And let's be honest, as we get older, energy comes in waves. Sometimes, a long cleaning session feels like too much, but 2 minutes? That's manageable. That's doable. And that's where the magic begins. This rule isn't about perfection. It's about momentum, about shifting the energy in your home and in yourself. One small task at a time. Try it, and you will be amazed by how much lighter your home can feel. Just 2 minutes at a time. One in, one out. Finding balance in what you keep. There's a habit that's become second nature to me, and it's made a world of difference in how I keep my home peaceful and organized. It's called the one in, one out rule. Every time something new comes into the house, something old needs to go. Bought a new sweater? Take a look in your closet. Is there one that no longer fits quite right? Or one you just don't enjoy wearing anymore? That's the one that gets to move on. This isn't about depriving yourself or living with the bare minimum. It's about creating balance, a gentle flow in and out, so that what fills your space always feels purposeful, not overwhelming. And here's something I've found to be true. When I let something go, I try to donate it, passing it along to someone who needs it more. That adds meaning to the moment. It becomes a quiet act of kindness, one that creates space not just in my home, but in my heart. Many of us are downsizing, or simply seeking more ease in daily life. This habit has helped me keep my space manageable, without ever feeling like I'm losing what I truly love. So next time you bring something new into your home, pause for a moment. Find one thing to release. It's a small shift, but it works wonders in keeping life simpler, lighter, and more joyful. Create memory corners, honoring the past without the clutter. As we grow older, our homes often become filled with things that carry deep emotional meaning. A photo album from a family vacation, a keepsake from a loved one, a souvenir from a trip that still makes you smile. These items are more than just things. They're chapters in your life story. But here's what I've learned. When we hold on to everything, we risk losing the beauty of anything. Memories can get buried under piles. Their meaning gets muffled by the clutter around them. So instead of letting sentimental items scatter throughout the home, create a dedicated memory corner. It doesn't have to be big. A small shelf, a A pretty box, a little display on a side table, somewhere special where just a few cherished pieces live, things that still spark joy every time you see them. The key is to curate, not accumulate. This corner becomes a quiet sanctuary, a gentle reminder of what you've lived and what still warms your heart. You're not getting rid of memories. You're giving them space to shine and keeping your home calm and functional in the process. So take a look around. Choose a few meaningful treasures and give them a home of their own. You'll find that, with just a little intention, you can honor the past without letting it take over your present. Check before you buy. Use what you already have. Let me ask you something. Have you ever brought something home from the store, only to realize you already had it? I've done it too, especially with pantry staples or sweaters that look a lot like the one hanging in my closet. And it's not because we're careless. It's just easy to forget what we already own when life gets busy and shelves get full. That's why I started a simple habit that saved me time, money, and stress. Check before you buy, before I shop. Whether it's groceries, clothes, or household items, I take a quick look around. What's already in the pantry? Do I have that box of pasta tucked away in the back? Is there a blouse I haven't worn in a while? That looks a lot like the one in the ad. It doesn't take long, but this tiny pause can make all the difference. You save money, you reduce waste, and you avoid bringing home duplicates that take up space and energy. And here's something else. When we pause and take stock of what we already have, we start to appreciate it more. Suddenly, that cozy sweater feels new again. That old jar of beans becomes the start of tonight's dinner. In a world that tells us to always want more, there's something powerful about saying, what I have is enough for now. So next time you're tempted to buy something new, just take a moment. Check first. You might already have exactly what you need. Consistent decluttering, small steps, big impact. Here's something I've learned through years of trial and error. Decluttering isn't a one-time event. It's not like spring cleaning, where you wear yourself out over one exhausting weekend and then forget about it until next year. No, decluttering is a habit. It's a gentle, ongoing rhythm. A few minutes here, a little drawer there. Small steps that build a lighter, calmer home over time. Think about it. We didn't gather all this stuff overnight, so we shouldn't expect to clear it all out that way either. Start small. Pick one drawer, one shelf, one stack of mail that's been sitting on the counter. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Just focus on that one spot, and when you finish, celebrate it, because that feeling of progress, it's incredibly motivating. This slow and steady approach works especially well for us in our later years. Let's be honest, we don't always have the energy for an all-day organizing marathon, and we don't need to. Consistency is the key. Little by little, you build a space that supports your life, instead of making you feel overwhelmed. And each time you let something go, you're not just clearing a shelf. You're making room for the home you want to live in today. A home that's easier to navigate, more peaceful, and truly yours. It's not about being ruthless. It's about being intentional, choosing what stays, releasing what no longer serves. One bag, one drawer, one shelf. That's all it takes to start. Letting go of the past, making space for who you are today. This one might tug at your heart a little, because it certainly did for me. Letting go of the past is never easy. Our homes are full of items that once defined who we were. Old hobbies we've left behind. Clothes that fit a version of us from decades ago. Furniture we keep just in case. I used to have a closet full of clothes that didn't fit anymore. I'd tell myself, maybe I'll lose the weight. Or maybe this will come back in style. But the truth was, those clothes weren't helping me. They were holding me back, taking up space not just physically, but emotionally. And it's not just clothes. Maybe it's a sewing machine from your quilting days, or golf clubs from when you used to play every weekend. These things hold memories, but they don't always hold purpose anymore. Here's what I've come to believe. Your home should reflect who you are today, not just who you once were. Letting go doesn't erase the memories. Those will always live in your heart. but it does open the door for a life that's lighter, simpler, and rooted in what brings you joy now. For me, that meant creating space for things I truly love today. A cozy reading corner filled with my favorite books, or an open living room where my grandkids can play freely. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about honoring your journey and giving yourself permission to embrace the present. And once you do, you'll discover a sense of freedom that is truly priceless. The 5 U's rule for countertops: clearing space, clearing mind. Let's start in the heart of the home, the kitchen. It's where mornings begin, where family recipes are passed down, where the smell of fresh coffee brings comfort. But it's also, let's be honest, a place where clutter loves to gather. That's why I want to share a simple habit that's helped me create a more peaceful, workable kitchen. I call it the 5 U's rule. It goes like this: only keep items on your countertops that you use at least 5 times a week. Think about it. Does that blender really need to sit out if you only use it once a month? In my kitchen, only a few things earn a permanent spot: my coffee maker, kettle, and toaster. Daily essentials that make my mornings smooth. Everything else, it's tucked away. My mixer has a cozy spot in the cabinet. My bread box stays out of sight, but close by if I need it. Clearing off your counters might seem like a small thing, but it makes a big difference. Not only is it easier to clean, no more moving a dozen gadgets just to wipe a surface, but also feels better. When I see a clear countertop, my mind feels a little clearer too. And when it's time to cook, there's space to chop, stir, spread out, without feeling cramped or overwhelmed. So give it a try. Start with just one countertop. Remove anything that hasn't earned its place this week, and notice how much more peaceful your kitchen becomes. Small habit, big change. Practice gratitude while decluttering, a gentle goodbye. Decluttering isn't just about getting rid of things. It's also an opportunity to pause, to reflect, and to honor the life we've lived. As we grow older, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer number of items we've collected. But instead of seeing it all as a burden, what if we saw it as a chance to express gratitude? When I let go of an old coat I haven't worn in years, I take a quiet moment and say, "Thank you for keeping me warm through so many winters." When I pass along kitchen gadgets that I no longer use, I think, "Thank you for helping me feed my family with love." These simple acts, a breath, a thought, a whisper of thanks, they shift the entire experience. Suddenly, letting go doesn't feel like loss. It feels like closure, a gentle release, a way to respect what served you once and make space for what will serve you now. And that shift in mindset, it changes how your home feels. Instead of a space filled with stuff, it becomes a sanctuary of peace, of intention, of appreciation. So the next time you pick something up and wonder, should I let this go? Try saying thank you first. You may find that the decision becomes not only easier, but deeply meaningful. The broken window effect. How clutter invites more clutter. Have you ever noticed how one messy spot in your home seems to invite more mess? It starts with a few pieces of mail left on the table. Then a magazine joins them. Then a pair of glasses. Then yesterday's coffee cup. And before you know it, that clean surface is a clutter magnet. This is what's called the broken window effect. It's a theory that originally came from urban studies about how a broken window, if left unrepaired, sends the message that no one's paying attention. And pretty soon, more windows get broken. In the home, the same idea applies. One messy surface quietly says, "It's okay to leave more here." But the good news is, we can reverse it. All it takes is a bit of intention. Pick one area, maybe your dining table, your entryway bench, or that kitchen counter where mail and keys tend to land. Then make it a habit to reset that space each evening. It might only take 2 or 3 minutes, but the impact is bigger than it seems. A clear surface sends a different message. This is a space that matters. This home is cared for. And for those of us in our golden years, there's even more to it. A tidy space means fewer tripping hazards, less stress, more comfort, and a home that feels calm rather than chaotic. So think of tidying as a daily act of kindness, not just for your home, but for your peace of mind. Because this isn't about chasing perfection. It's about creating a space that supports your life, not one that makes it harder. Keep what you truly need and value, making space that serves you. Sometimes when we talk about decluttering, we hear messages like, get rid of everything that's not essential. Less is more, but I believe there's a gentler truth. You don't have to get rid of everything, just the things that no longer serve you. Decluttering isn't about living with the bare minimum. It's about choosing what belongs in your life, based on how you live today. Here's an example. I have 2 blenders, and yes, that might sound unnecessary, but when I'm hosting family or batch prepping meals, having that second blender actually helps me. It earns its place. That's the real question. Does this item earn its place? Ask yourself, does this item serve a purpose in my life? Does it bring me joy? If the answer is yes, then it belongs, no matter how old it is, no matter if it's not trendy or new. But if something is collecting dust, if it doesn't work for your life anymore, if it feels more like a burden than a blessing, it might be time to let it go. And here's the beautiful thing. When you release what no longer fits, you create space, not just physically, but emotionally. You open your home to ease, to clarity, to the version of life you're living now, not the one from 20 years ago. So don't ask, what should I throw away? Instead ask, what still matters to me? Because a simplified home doesn't mean emptiness. It means purposeful peace and room for what truly supports you. The wish list, curbing impulse buying with a pause. Let me ask you, have you ever bought something on a whim, only to realize later you didn't really need it? You're not alone. As we get older, it's easy to collect things in the moment. A gadget that looked handy, a shirt that caught your eye, something from a catalog that felt exciting just for a second. That's why I started using something I call the wish list. It's simple. Instead of buying the item right away, I write it down. Maybe it's a new kitchen tool, a pair of shoes, or something I saw online. It goes on the list. Then I wait a week, 2, sometimes a month. During that time, I ask myself, do I really need this? Or was it just a passing urge? Most of the time, the desire fades, and I realize I didn't really want it after all. But every now and then, something stays on that list, and when it does, I know it's a purchase that will truly add value to my life. This habit has helped me in so many ways. Saving money, of course, but more than that, it keeps clutter from sneaking back in, because fewer purchases mean fewer decisions, fewer things to organize, and more space for what I love. So next time you're tempted to buy something new, don't say no. Just say not yet. Write it down, give it time, and let your heart, not the moment, decide. Simplify laundry. Small changes that make life easier. Laundry. It always seems to be waiting, doesn't it? For years, I felt like I was always catching up. A growing pile to wash, fold, and put away. But over time, I found a few simple shifts that made laundry feel less like a burden and more like just another gentle part of the day. The first change, fewer clothes. It's amazing how much easier laundry becomes when you only keep the clothes you actually wear and enjoy. No more digging through things that don't fit or don't feel like you anymore. Just the pieces that work for your life today. The second change, a daily rhythm. Each evening, I load the washer and set the timer. By the time I'm sipping my morning coffee, the laundry is ready to go out to dry. I prefer air drying. It's gentle on fabrics and saves energy too. By evening, everything is dry and ready to put away. No lingering piles. No, I'll get to it later. It's a simple routine, but it keeps things flowing. No more feeling buried by chores. Just a little effort each day. That keeps my home running smoothly. And let's be honest, at this stage of life, we need routines that work with our energy, not against it. This one has truly made life feel lighter, and my home feel more cared for. So if laundry feels overwhelming, try these small changes. You might just find yourself looking forward to something that once felt like such a chore. Conclusion, a home that reflects you. As we wrap up today's video, I want to leave you with this thought. Simplifying your home isn't about perfection. It's not about getting rid of everything or chasing a minimalist ideal. It's about creating a space that supports you in this chapter of life. As we grow older, our needs shift. What mattered 20 years ago might not serve us today, and that's not loss. That's growth. You're not letting go of memories. You're curating your surroundings so they match your present-day life and bring peace, ease, and joy into your everyday routine. Start small. Tackle one drawer. Clear one surface. Whatever feels manageable to you. And most importantly, celebrate every little win, because each tiny step is part of a bigger picture. A home that feels lighter, calmer, and deeply personal. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope these tips help you feel more inspired and more in control of your space. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Meaningful Living for more simple ideas, gentle motivation, and warm encouragement made just for you. Until next time, take good care of yourself and keep creating a home that reflects the beautiful life you're still building.